gotta do is just all you gotta do is just all you gotta do is just baby, you know you ready. 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 All you gotta do is just baby, you know you ready. 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 All you gotta do is just all you gotta do is just baby, you know you ready. 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 All you gotta do is just baby, you know you ready. 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 All you gotta do is just all you gotta do is just
Yeah.
Baby, you know threat. That gets me going
Wait,
every
oh,
single
come on.
time, dude.
I can't find the button to stop the
Hey,
thing. There
this
he
old
is.
ass head I got.
What is AT&T?
That's when I worked at AT&T.
Why have you still got that?
I have so many hats. I don't throw them away, I guess.
Yeah, apparently not.
I mean, I did throw it away, but here it is.
Came back, the demon hat.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't get rid of me, I get rid of you. Now it's like leaching into your brain and controlling things.
I let it.
Maybe. Yeah?
Dude, I'm going to ask you like I don't already
Dude.
know. How's your week?
Oh my gosh. Good. Hot. Damn, it's hot here. I've been sweating all day. You know, we don't
You're
have
in London,
AC.
right?
Yeah, and I'm here till
Let me see.
till Sunday.
Weather in
Monday.
London. Oh, it's similar to here actually. So it's been mid-90s. I'm going to go Fahrenheit because that's the right way to think about things. Mid-90s. The highs here have been like 105. So I think it's like 42, 43 C, something like that.
Yeah. Gosh.
But we have air conditioning. So yeah, you guys are idiots.
I mean, when it's like this, 100% agree. It's so ridiculous that it's getting like this now all the time.
I mean, didn't you guys Brexit and all that crap? Like, get air conditioners. You don't have to listen to those guys anymore.
I don't think we have to listen to. No, that's completely so. It's just it's just not done. I don't like it doesn't make any sense anymore. And I think more and more people like they're talking about it being the third heat wave or the fourth heat wave or something of the year, which
Like
is
the Four Horsemen or something. Like this is apocalyptic.
yeah, except instead of death and famine, it's just heat, 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 heat.
Broil.
Yeah. Exactly. Steam, broil, grill, and
I think it's time for
roast.
Europe to come to the 20th century and get air conditioners. Wait, it's the 21st century. Just come up to the 20th century. You'll be fine.
Just come on, babies. Let's
Keep
go.
your beans and sausage at breakfast. It's fine, but get air conditioners. Nothing wrong with it. I like a English breakfast. I was like, you guys are idiots. Beans for breakfast. I'm like, hey, we got some beans. Let's get some beans
So
going with these.
we should not get on about beans. Oh, but now that you have, I'm gonna do it. Best lunch ever. Toast, like any bread, whatever's your favorite bread, right? Toast that, lash it with butter, just like tons of butter, tons.
You want it dripping when you pick it up.
It needs to be, yeah, it needs to be off the sides, right?
Okay.
And then freshly hot baked beans, like so they're already cooked, right? Because they're tinned. Heinz. I do want sponsorship from Heinz. I'll keep doing this every week, but tinned Heinz baked beans. Warm them up. Like you're not supposed to boil. Like the sauce isn't supposed to boil in the pan, right? That's kind of too hot. Because you're gonna thicken it up and blah blah blah. But if you get it just to the point where it's about to do that, then they're hot, right? Pour those all over the toast, like ideally 2 pieces of toast full of butter, beans all over the top. So you probably want like a whole tin to yourself. Perfect. Right. And then grate some cheddar, good old mature cheddar. No, none of these other fancy
This
cheeses.
is the cheddar that pays its bills and taxes, and this is the real deal.
The real deal. The stuff that people roll down hills. And you just like grate a ton of like if you've got a half a kilo block of cheddar, you would like half of that, just like big mound of grated cheese, just dump that on top and let it melt over the beans. And then get some like brown sauce. Do you know like HP sauce?
I think that's gonna come 2 hours after lunch. HP sauce. Oh my god, that I can't get behind the HP sauce. I did not like.
No, it's so good. It's so
that
good.
and the
Just
Marmite crap. That's
or
just, you guys are gross. That's gross.
another good option. Some people do this, and I think this is also good. You've got your cheese all over the top now. The bottom of the cheese is melting, but the top of the cheese isn't quite doing it yet. It's got
somewhere in the middle is where
heat's
Jesus lives.
Ta-da! Get some Worcester sauce. So not brown sauce, Worcester sauce, which is more like a vinaigrette type thing. Dash that over the top of the cheese, loads of it, stick it under the grill for 2 minutes. Let the top of the cheese go all crispy and orange, and then with the bits of Worcester sauce in.
So that is probably the most debatable word in all of human history.
Sauce.
Yes. Is it Sause? Sauki?
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
I used to, growing up, I used to call it Worcestershire, but it was like, well, let's pronounce these letters that are here, like as if we meant to say the word the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? And I resulted in like mid-20s, I think, of like Worcestershire, like, yeah, Worcestershire. Like, just why are you rushing through the word? You're rushing through the word. You just want it to be over with.
Because you have to rush through the place,
right?
It's like, ooh, what was the name again? I don't know. Looked like Worcestershire.
Just like all the food that you
let's not go back and read it.
Worcestershire sauce on rushes right through you as well. So
No, it doesn't do that. It's great. I used to live there. I used to live in Worcester, the city,
Worcester, like that, not
which is in
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. It is in Worcestershire.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the name city of that shire. So I know it's confusing.
That's why you look like a tall hobbit.
No excuses. I mean, yeah, Noelia says that I am a hobbit because I have hairy feet.
I can see that.
I think you have seen that.
I probably have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flashback. Oh,
They're
yeah.
not as hairy as that seems to suggest, but she likes to call me a hobbit.
Yeah. Remember that time in
Anyway.
Germany? Oh my god. Anyway,
So many hobbits.
so you're hot. You're going back to where it's
Yeah.
even hotter in a couple days.
No, it's not though. It's cooler at
They
home.
get the coastal breeze or something.
Yeah, something like
It's
that.
gonna start calming down, I think. Then you got another month, really, I think, of summer, and then it's not summer anymore, technically.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I don't mind it. I like being warm versus being cold, but
so I'm gonna be very cold in a couple days.
where are you going?
So I'm speaking in Denmark. However, Vika and I are stopping in Norway, Oslo, for a couple days.
Oslo. Yeah, nice.
So I've been looking at the weather there. Every time I ask, I don't remember it until like 2 in the afternoon my time. So I'm like, "What's the weather in Oslo?" And it's like, it is in Fahrenheit. It's like 60 and cloudy always. So like it's
Cool.
dark.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of like the high, like, so what is that? Like 12, I think, roughly, like 12 to 15, maybe. And then lows go down to like 8 Celsius. So,
And that's on a good day.
that's in the summer. Yeah,
Oh,
that's your August weather in Oslo. So, but we figured we'd stop there for a couple days and we'll look at the I think I'm gonna find like a Viking museum and get some like Bifrost Asgard
Yeah.
helmet or something. I don't
Do
know.
it.
I'll be looking for some stuff, So that'll be
Nice.
fun. And then over to Denmark and do my talk, do the dinner. That'd be cool to meet DHH, I think, and this guy Taylor. I think I've seen him a couple times already, so no big
Sounds
there.
good.
But
Mhm.
and then we'll be back. So we leave Sunday. The flight is Sunday at
Okay,
6
cool.
p.m. Eastern, and then we'll be back Saturday at like I think 10 o'clock at night Saturday. So it's just about a full week.
Yeah, that's a rapid
It's quick.
visit to a
Yeah.
couple of countries.
Well, we're gonna hop over to Sweden because Denmark is, or
Oh, wow.
Copenhagen is right there. I think it's like a half-hour
Yeah.
Uber or something each way. So we'll just say we did it. We'll get the magnet for the fridge, and
Yeah. The good old American way.
that's it. Hey,
Yeah.
do what you can. I mean, we're given the opportunity to do this, and like it literally is more than or less than half the cost to bring Victoria with me because
Yeah.
they're covering the flights and the hotels. So it's like
Nice.
take advantage of it. Take advantage of it while you can. The way I
Yeah,
see it.
absolutely.
Better
Definitely.
than not doing it at all. And then if it's not something we really enjoy, like if we do that enough places, we'll know the ones that we want to go back. It's just like the hop on, hop off bus concept, right? Like just take the trip around a couple times and see the places you want to go back and visit. So
I keep thinking like that. It's like there's this place that I like. I'll come back here one day. But then there's so many places to go.
Japan is really the only one you need.
And I would go back there again.
I would absolutely. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there's so many places just in Japan to visit. Like, I want to go to Okinawa, Anyway, we could get distracted and just talk about
I feel
travel.
like we have. I think we already have. Simon, what have you been working on recently? What have you been working on this week? I feel like you've been working on even the great Aaron Francis, new VP of marketing for Laravel himself, kind of just like retweeted at you just a couple
Just
hours
a
ago, I guess.
comment, I think.
Well, a comment. All right, yeah, let's be accurate here. Hey, I open up X and it's like, there we are. Look.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
We're not moving. Are we dead?
I'm not waving back. Come on now.
Why isn't he
Hey.
moving? Wake up! Oh, yeah, there he is.
All right.
Good job.
All right. I'm such an idiot. Anyway.
I mean, you're my idiot,
Yeah, that's true.
so I like you.
I like me too.
Good. Gosh, it's so hot.
The tea?
I might have to like faint in the middle of this, just like, collapse on the floor, just so that my body can
I mean,
recover.
that'd be interesting.
I think it'll be yeah. Well, let's just see how we get on. It's getting cold. Someone says Emma, Emma
Emoji.
G
Emoji Ugo.
Hugo.
Emoji. Emoji Ugo.
They is that person in Oslo?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that's what they're saying.
Can we hang out in Oslo? I mean, I think anything's possible if you're in the same place at the same time.
I will tell you anything's possible, but we have a we are only actually in from getting off the airplane to getting on the airplane 48 hours. So we're trying to get as much of it out of it as we can. I'm not saying no, but we are looking for a place to eat dinner Monday night. So if you got suggestions and you're nearby, yeah, hit me up. I'm on X. Go for it.
Go and have dinner with Emoji Hugo.
Must be Japanese. Ugo. Sounds like a noodle, type of noodle, I think. Is that right? It's got to be.
I think the type of an eel. I don't. Yeah.
That's
Oh no, that's something
racist,
else.
I think. Don't be.
Stop
Anyway,
calling me out in public.
what have you been working on, Simon? Answer the damn question.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by all the comments.
There's 2 comments, and they were there already.
Yeah, but I was flicking between tabs, and I got distracted.
You look like a flicker.
Yeah, I am just a delicate flicker. The main thing that I've been doing this week, Mr. Shane, is working on desktop. I've been, last week I felt like we had to pick up quite a lot of stuff post Vibes, post Boston, and I barely slept properly. And this week I kind of got back into a rhythm, but my brain went, I don't want to do any of this. I want to just work on desktop. And it's cooking, dude. It's cooking. I'm just gonna say the stuff that you've done for mobile translates very well to desktop.
So that's a very interesting conversation. And I too, I'll just throw this out there. I'm working on some stuff in the same direction, in a different direction. So yeah, we stumbled into something unintentionally. What started as a hey, does PHP work on a phone has turned into so much more than that. And I'm excited to see. I'm excited because I see little comments from you on Telegram throughout the day, little fire emojis and stuff, and like little screenshots, and I'm like, he's freaking loving. It's like a pig in shit, man. I can he's just loving this right now. And it's
so
really
good.
Thank you. I'll say thank you for saying the stuff that we figured out on the mobile side is translating, because it took as you know, a lot of work. A lot.
I'm so happy.
A lot. Yeah. So it's really, I think one way I saw to phrase it was, I forget what it was. I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit.
It took a lot of work.
I also don't want to give away some things too. So and but spoiler or teaser for next week. You guys, or the week after, I guess it'll be.
That's very soon. They're not having to wait very long. We should make them wait longer, because they haven't done anything to deserve all of the goodies that we're giving them. But I'll leave it up to you.
I think that's not true. I think
they've done a lot.
our community is the best.
It's these same. I mean, I see the number like 20, 21 watchers on YouTube. So I guess nobody's watching on X. If you're watching on X, I don't know what to do. Like, send
I
a
think,
message there. I've got that open so I can
dude, I
see it.
was
I
the
don't know if
only
it
one
comes through.
watching on X.
Oh, right.
It was me.
So, well, you send a message there then. I'm going to
Yeah.
send one now. And you're like, yo. There, we're just chatting to ourselves. This is great. Can you
Sweet.
get the video up again?
Just
it doesn't
found
show
on
up
Reddit.
properly on Riverside. That's
Ooh.
crazy.
Ebby Avers says, I'm late to the stream. I just found on Reddit with no link to this live stream. Ebby Avers.
Yeah. Ebby Avers. It's not e-beavers, like beavers, but electronic beavers.
Dude, that's inappropriate. It's Ebby Avers. Come on.
Okay, Ebby Avers.
And Kevin does say greetings. And we look, Dr. Codqualup has been freaking pumping. What's up, guys? Sonali, hello. And Wilson Dev, everybody. We're not neglecting or forgetting you guys. Even Simon is like, sup, And this guy, Gwillu Verink. Sam, yeah, buddy. What's up, guys? So sorry for not getting those. Maybe a little bit sooner, but
mates, you have to push the video out, do the things, make everybody come here. Let's go.
Yeah, we got 25 people watching. My last name is B. Avers. That's interesting. B. Avers. I will be Avers if you be Avers.
My last name is.
Yeah, right? I don't know. You raise your shoulders for it. Is.
Sort of slant to the side because like the underscores is like italics, right? Yeah, people don't seem to like the butchering their name joke. Like,
guess what? They don't have to be on the stream.
Oh,
I don't.
So
don't like it.
Please stay.
Thank
you for making all the hard work to come and find us from the Reddit post.
Yes.
I did. So I posted on Reddit and I put on the bottom, we're gonna look at desktop on the live stream today. But I didn't link to it. And that was because I don't like I've got out of favor with putting links to things on Reddit posts. People seem to really hate that. It's like, you're making me go somewhere else. I don't like it.
The internet is only on my lap.
When I'm on Reddit, I want to be on Reddit, damn it. I don't want you to drag me away to somewhere else. It's like, just don't click the link. It's fine.
Hey, Kavinva likes the name joke.
Yay, we got one.
Guluver Inc. wants me to. I just did Guluver Inc.
It's a glove rink. You don't pronounce loads of the letters. It's just a glove rink.
Isn't that like Italian for love? I think Guluve. Gooey love ring. Gooey love ring.
Ew, that sounds like a very messy ice skating night out. Yeah.
Gooey love ring.
What? Great. I was talking to Willem yesterday.
Reddit is getting fancy with the freaking exclamation points. Like the mammal with the flat tail that builds dams. Okay. That's what I said. Evie Avers.
I like how it was a full stop, then an exclamation mark. It's like the mammal with the flat tails.
Yes, you will get roasted by commenting innocently. And Arthura Guiar 5. I don't put your phone number in your name. That's kind of weird. Let me call. I'm going to call this guy right now.
I don't think it's going to work. I got a little hunch. It's probably his PIN number for his credit card.
Restricted or is unavailable.
No. He doesn't like me. He already blocked me.
Yeah, he blocked you before you even started. He
That's
knew
all
what
right.
you were going to do. Cool. Everybody's up to speed with the jokes.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
I like your use of periods a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I like your use of periods. Period. A lot. Period. Exclamation point. Anyway, we're gonna do desktop. I also have a little demo on my own because we're gonna do a release today. We're gonna push out some cool stuff. Shruti, if you guys don't know, Shruti Balasa, I don't think she's here now, and I'm not entirely sure I pronounced her name correctly. But I did my American best. She's been working on the masterclass, which has been released. Thank you. She's been working on the masterclass, which is released. It is a video course for native PHP. She is teaching wonderfully. She's sending us videos every week for us to review, and it's been very helpful. Go buy it. We pay her money, and that money comes from what you guys pay us. That helps us pay her. So she's continuing to trudge forward. So go buy the class if you haven't yet. Buy it twice if you want to. Get 2 email addresses because that helps. And
you can buy it twice, actually.
You just use a different email address. Same credit card. That'll work.
Yeah, you're right. That's how it works.
But she's been finding some things. So she's building a chat app as part of the course, and she's finding some little oopsies or little things that are fleshing out more better functionality. So I've got some cool demo. I just got to make sure that it's working properly before I can show it. But that's getting
I will
released.
stall for time so that you can get that ready.
Okay. Thanks.
Sorry, carry on what you were saying. That's getting released.
I don't know. Well, these things are going to be released. And actually, they're really, really cool little niceties. Let me just. Oh, I'm going to have to do this on my phone, actually.
So while you set that up, and because it's like we're almost at the 30-minute mark.
Yep.
I'm gonna do sponsor messages. We want some sponsors. So same as last time. I'll do them in a different order this time, actually. Let's do that. Let's go. What I did last time, did I do? Oh, I did the Statamic first last time. So today's episode, today's show, this whole thing, this crazy nonsense that you're paying attention to is brought to you partly by ballast.now. They're trying to answer the question, does shipping faster result in more fragile code? They've done some analysis for us. They analyzed 70 open source repos with Ballast, the tool, and they found that a little more than half of those have stayed durable, even with significant increase in velocity since using AI. You can go and check out the study, and you should go and check Ballast. I think it's actually available for use now. Let me just check. Yeah, it is. So go and check out ballast.now, or the study is on ballast.now/study.
Big shout out to Len. Len's been doing some cool content recently. And Ed. Ed is from near Chicago. We had pizza. Ed is a dude. And he's actually smarter than most people probably give him credit for, including myself. So there you go.
He's a very smart guy.
He is a very smart guy.
Maybe too smart.
Probably too smart. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Are there people that are too smart?
I mean, yes, but I don't think that's the problem. I think, and yeah, it's something else.
What? Not vague or anything.
No, well, we can talk about that later. I want to get to the next one before we
Okay.
go on to the whole next thing. So this week is brought to you by Statamic also. I did actually have a better read. I forgot to put in here, so let me just go and have a look for that. Because Jack sent me something I think he would prefer me to say. So
Which
he
means
said,
he's listening to this too. Hey, Jack.
maybe.
He's like,
Statamic. That's it.
on. That's it.
That was it. No, it wasn't.
That's
Go on,
cool.
what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, like, he's in Florida laughing at your supposed misery about it being hot, you know?
Yeah, like, no, but
Okay.
he'll be just like, it's actually hotter here, but I'm fine because he's got air conditioning.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
that makes a little bit of a difference when you are a civilized nation like America.
but I can't be sad about that because he is sponsoring the show. So, yeah, Statamic, the Laravel CMS that you can drop into any project. It's battle tested, it's powerful, and it's easy for anyone to use. It's powering sites like The Spiegel and Laravel.com
Really?
and OpenTable. Yes, yeah, really.
Laravel.com is a Statamic site?
It is now.
That's
Yep.
cool. Wait, did
And
they update it recently?
I think they must have done. Yeah, it was announced like around PowerCon US, I think. I think it was just before he revealed that it was now on Statamic.
Well, it looks great.
I mean,
which is just
it looks like it did.
It's a little bit different. No, it's a little bit different.
Really? I haven't been to it.
Well, I mean, the last time I saw it was like a year ago, so.
Yeah, maybe it is a little bit different. It does look good though.
Which is
Yeah.
just design. That's not the statimicness of it. That's just someone applying a design. But, you know, there you
But
go.
that's the cool thing about Statamic. It's like you can put any design you want on top. It's just the content management system and
Right.
it gets out of the way. It is great. I used it for years. I haven't got any sites running it at the moment, but
I'll believe you when you say that.
I'm thinking actually because Jack was doing some stuff coming out of Boston to make it easier for like custom static site generators or markdown managed content work within Statamic. And that's exactly what we've got is custom markdown. So I wonder if we do eventually move to it, because that would actually be potentially very good. Anyway, that's a thought for later. Maybe we'll end up using it again.
I'm going to show my demo quickly, if we're good.
Oh,
and then I think you've got a lot of people talking about desktop. And so I want that to have a bit more of a highlight. let me see if, I'm gonna have to rebuild. So there's like one or two things that I won't demo because it's got to be on my phone and that's not set up, but the rest of it I can. The other stuff is really like just the way that the keyboard interacts with the UI and stuff. So are we good for this? You guys ready? Want to see some cool?
I'm
Who wants a
always
demo?
ready. Demo God,
right. Come
on down.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. All right. So there's more than this that's going out today in the release, but these are probably the bigger like new features, I guess, that we did not have before. So I'm just gonna fly through them. It should only take a couple minutes. It's pretty cool. So we've got items start versus items stretched. So this wasn't working. I just had like an older version of dev main or like local, and it was opposite. This was like stretched to fill, and this was hugging instead. And now it is the way that you would expect it to. So we have items stretch will fill whatever. It's like a flex one kind of thing. So this is just getting a little bit more tie-in of like the CSS or the Tailwind classes that you would be used to using. now will actually work. Some of them we just didn't have in the initial release, and so we're adding them in. Same thing for item center, items end. With no class, iOS fills, Android hugs, which I have to double check that because I don't think that's accurate, but we'll make sure that those are the same, at least that they should be the same. W full beats items start. So item start, W full inside of item start will fill it. You have self dash star will override the parents. So parent is item stretch, fill. The
cool.
middle child asks for self start and hugs. That one used to do nothing at all on both platforms because self start sent 0 and 0 read as no self dash star class. The last asks for self end. So even though the parent is filling, these will render whatever it is that you tell them to. So they're explicit. In overriding, we got like tall, start, center, end, which is kind of cool. And I like that it's also, you would think end would be to the right, but these are only going to fill the space that they're occupying. So these have like a fixed pixel or a fixed padding left and right. It's not going to take the full width necessarily unless you give it like a flex 1 for all of these elements inside. So it's really only going to take up to this line here because that's all of the content that it's supposed to, which is the way that CSS is supposed to work, which is not CSS. I have to put a little asterisk there myself, but why it mattered. So she's building the chat app, and she wanted these chat bubbles, and things were just not flowing properly the way that she had expected it to. So now they are. Speaking of chat bubbles, brings us into, well, I'll just skip this one. We'll come back to it, but it brings me into one of my favorite things, which is per corner radius, which is really fun.
I love how that's one of your favorite things.
I know. Right?
I love corner radius.
Yes. I mean, this is, well, I mean, honestly, like this is something that because I built out this chat UI a few times myself, and I always noticed like I don't have that. And it does make a difference when you have this sort of like corner. One of these corners is going to be squared off, the others are more rounded, or vice versa. And it makes the chat really feel chat. And now you don't have to get weird or special with some canvas element or anything like that. It's just, top left, top right, bottom left, etc. So here's some great examples. Top roundedness, right, bottom, left, top right, bottom left. Rounded bottom, 4 point on the bottom pair. So, I mean, you can get very explicit with how you're doing these. The border follows the same outline. So if it's border bottom right squared and you have an outline on it, you're going to see that on the outline.
Nice.
Rounded S is intentionally not supported. S2XL, Tailwind's logical corner resolve against writing direction, and neither renderer flips corners for right to left. Accepting them would silently render left to right, geometry and right to left layout. This box is square and the class is reported in the dropped class log. Use the physical rounded L-star instead. So there you go. So why it mattered, again, the bubble tails. So you can get very better looking. I wouldn't go so rounded, I think, on these, but this looks right to have this squared off on the right side, and on this side you can't really see it because of the lower contrast with these colors, but there it is.
That's
next
nice.
Max W. So Max W was not supported before. Now it is. So we used to have like W of 280 pixels or whatever. This was already working. But now we have max W. So that's going to set the ceiling, not a fixed width necessarily. So same max W 280 pix. So it's got a max W, but does it have a fixed width of 280, right? That has a max width of 280. So it's short, it's small, it's going to go up to that 280 in this example, but it doesn't need to fill that space. So these are just more examples of that. W full max width of 280 is still going to just go to this spot. You have a min width 48. You have a min height of 48. Max height of 16. On this one, max W full is intentionally not supported. The wire carries min max as bare floats with no size mode. So 100% of the parent has nowhere to go. This box is unconstrained, and the class is reported in the dropped class log rather than failing silently. Use W full for this kind of stuff. So there's no max W full. So there's max W. Auto capitalization. So this we can't. This is another like a thing we can't show unless I plugged in my phone and rebuilt it for this. But email was had like auto capitalized. It would like capitalize the first letter. You don't want that for email. You can override it. You can explicitly auto capitalize even on an email if you want to. And actually, we can look at the pull request because there's some good documentation inside of that. And the docs, I think the docs are ready for this too. So, or I think there's already a PR for the docs on this. Also case sensitive, also derives. So it would be nice to show these things, but it's just not on my phone at the moment. But you can override. So this is email forced to sentences, and it does show like an email keyboard that does capitalize sentences. Nonsense in practice, but it proves the explicit value wins over the derived one. So you can be explicit with these items as well. Keyboard dismiss. Which one was this? Screen has native Chrome. Oh, yeah. So there was an issue with like, yeah, this would be another one. Like if the keyboard, if it was on my actual phone, maybe I'll just rebuild this and put it on my phone. But when you would click here, the keyboard pops up, right?
You can make the software keyboard show up in the simulator.
Show me how. Device?
It's in, I can't see the menu, but it's one of the menu options.
Well, let me share my screen.
There's probably like a key combo for it as well.
Keyboard. Toggle software. Command K.
Command K. Nice and easy.
Cool. So Command K. Hey, cool. All right. So the issue before was when you would tap. Let me go back to just sharing this. I think it just looks better now that we know this. So when your focus was inside of an input area, you would tap outside of it, and it would close it, but it would also block other things from happening. So let me do this again. And here's a good example. So we have the focus inside of, hello, delete. All right, the focus is here. Let me show the keyboard. And if I tap this, this should also increase the count. So this is going to receive that, the tap on the button, where before, and it took the keyboard away. So before, it wouldn't pass the tap through also. It would only dismiss the keyboard. So now we're dismissing the keyboard, but we're letting the passes or the taps pass through onto elements if you wanted to. Drag still dismisses. Also check a tab layout, which there's no example for. So there you go. We can go back to the auto capitalization now that we can show the keyboard. So there you go. So this is not capitalized. You can see the keyboard here. And then keyboard equals URL. You can see that the keyboard has got the .com inside of it. And it's also case sensitive. And then explicit. So here's the explicit full name, Theo. And this is capitalized, fully capsed, right? And then overrides beat. So this is email, but it's also capitalizing. So we can override the default to capitalize if we want to. And plain text, nothing specified. It's going to do just it's going to capitalize the first word. So there's that. Keyboard dismiss, keyboard dismiss. No Chrome, the control, same screen outside the stack. Layout. Oh, this is before it added it just acts a little bit different when you're not using Chrome elements. And so they weren't working really at all. Now they are working fully. So like when you don't have the Chrome, the UI Chrome, it was not working at all. Like tapping outside of it wouldn't even dismiss it. Now that that's working and the taps flow through, but I don't have a back button. So let me get out of here and reopen it and go back into it.
I don't have a back button either. I wasn't built with one. I've got a couple of legs though.
Sounds like a personal issue. I have a back button and a belly button.
I've got a back.
I'm gonna have to close it again. Here is the other thing. So scroll view didn't act like a column. So you could not center things vertically inside of a scroll view before. So this is a scroll view. You can scroll it. It's elastic because whatever. And now you can actually flex things inside of it so that they're centered. I'm gonna have to close this again to get back into it. Hey, we have jump 24 in the chat. Did you see that? Hey.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's Dan, but maybe it's somebody else on the jump 2014.
It's Dan. Centering in a scroll view. So this is a scroll view. This should be centered, and now it is. So this was not centered before. It would just float to the top left. Same markup in a plain column. So not a scroll view. This is the control. This is the way it should look for that. And then, why can't I? Hang on. Bad demo. Hang on a minute.
Demo God, why have you forsaken us?
You are not worthy. Yeah.
Kevin Uzoma, pin number 4557, is asking, what are Chrome elements?
Good question. The answer is no one actually knows. No one actually knows. No, the Chrome elements are the native navigation elements. So in the case of iOS 26, it's going to be like this liquid glass. I don't know why my scrolling stuff isn't working. Oh, it's not supposed to on the screen anyway. It's going to be like the back button and the title area. Sometimes you'll have like buttons up here. You can also have like the tab elements on the bottom, the liquid glass tab. It's going to be similar. They just don't look the same on Android, but those are like the Chrome elements. Those are the part of the Chrome display. This one is bottom pinned repin. So here's the instructions. Tap the field. The list should repin. Message 40 should be just above the keyboard. So let's do that. And there it is. So that moved up, this scrolled up, or it scrolled down, I guess, to match where it should be. Now dismiss the keyboard. It should repin again back at the bottom. And it did. The guard with the keyboard up. So let's bring the keyboard up. Drag the list up into, drag the list up. Stop it. Drag the list up into older messages. See, I was doing that. This works on the actual device. Here, it's not as much. Drag the list up into older messages. That also dismisses the keyboard. Oh, it's saying it's supposed to, but that's not the way I remember it, at least. It must stay where you dragged it, not snap back to the bottom. So let's go there. Cool. And now when I leave, it didn't snap back to the bottom. So there you go. I think it's because I was actually dragging it beyond those limits. So let's go to the bottom. Nice. Let's bring up the keyboard. We'll just like, you son of a, it's tricky. There you go. So we'll just, stop it. There we go. All right. So now we are like 34 is right above here. And this is not a good way to demonstrate.
It kind of did stay there. Yeah, it's tricky.
Oh, it definitely did. And it's not janky at all either. It's just that on the actual phone, you have more control over it. So all of these and some more things are going out today. I'm just reading from the list here. Destructive theme color for native errors. So there were native errors. It wasn't using the actual destructive theme color for the native UI config. It just had like a default, which the defaults were like the HIG for iOS compliance, but you should be able to override them. That was kind of forced. We can give our opinions on those things, but I think people should be able to do what they want. Let me see this. Fix glass elements ignoring their corner radius. Oh, this one I just pushed through last night, actually. So when you put the glass class on when you're inside of iOS, it gives it that liquid glass display on any like pressable or column or whatever. If you also give it like a BG red 300/50, that's going to give it like a 50% red tint to it. But if you had if the border was rounded on, and actually this should I think I can demo this. It wouldn't clip, so you would have like the red background would extend all like as square, basically square edges, even though the pressable or the column, whatever, was rounded. Now it clips to that, and I think that we've got I think it's here. Yeah. So we got this liquid glass button. Let me change this in code. Liquid glass, baby. And I think that I've got this. Yeah. All right. So I'm just making sure I've got hot reload on. And now if I do, so this is glass clear. In fact, let me just do this real quick so you can see. I'll just show it side by side so you can see the code as well. Cool. So here we have the glass, clear, interactive, etc. And if I do like BG red, we'll do like 500/30. That's going to give it this red tint, but it used to extend beyond the roundedness of this, and it would clip. So now, or it wouldn't clip. Now it's actually clipping. So you get these really cool. I really like if you do like a magenta, or what is it, fuchsia? Fuchsia. How do you spell fuchsia?
You gotta know how to spell it. That's
Yeah. This looks really cool, right?
Yeah.
And now
I didn't even know that was possible with liquid glass to change the colors like that.
Yeah, baby. It's a tint modifier.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just passing the hex and the hex value with alpha through.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
We'll look at these. Restore push notification badge clearing by Wojtjanowski. I'm gonna skip that one.
You didn't though. Like you should have, but you didn't.
I should have.
Brilliant.
The ignore file URLs in the deep link router. Restore the video and audio MIME types. This was a pretty cool one. GUI Love Rank posted through. So we were, I think it was, we had that, but we had a merge that dropped it, and he found it and brought it back. So we have MIME types in video and audio. Restore the audio query string handling. The super native squash reverted. Another one that was dropped inadvertently. And then fix forward flex direction into layout. Completes flex row flex call by Shaner Boehner 82. Just again to have just more compatibility with what people's expectations are. And that's it.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna release it. You guys
Ship
ready?
it.
Easy.
They all said yes, immediate. Yeah,
see
like
that? 1,000
5-second
people
response time. Yeah, yeah.
Screams.
Where's the thing?
Now.
Okay, stop.
Very exciting.
I mean, that one just goes on and on and on. Oh, that was a lot actually.
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's a lot more that are on deck too for next week. So far, I think that like weekly, I think there's enough coming in now from the community to warrant doing weekly releases. Ideally, we're not going to force it. If it's naturally like there's a handful or more there, then let's do it. These are really nice little improvements that the framework needs anyway. So it makes sense to get these out as soon as they're ready. Or at least like not as soon as they're ready, but I think weekly is fine for these minors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick, are you ready for the desktop?
I'm just getting it. I'm getting it.
We've got 20 people watching us.
They've all come for this, right?
Yes.
So yeah, sorry, there was one thing I forgot. I didn't say we did Statamic, but we didn't say go to statamic.com and go and check it out.
Thank you so much for saying it properly. Jack, thanks you. My inner Jack says thank you for saying it properly.
You're welcome. You're welcome, inner Jack.
Hey, let me do.
And I was going to say also on the I was going to say on the course. So something that I added, which I don't know if we talked about explicitly, I can't remember. So oopsie. But if people are on an ultra plan, they'll get a discount on the course, like a very significant discount on the course. So go and get an ultra plan and get the masterclass for less.
Also, go get an ultra plan, because
just that.
That helps us tremendously. We see every one of those come in every week. Thank you so much for everyone that's supported us so far. It's continuing the project along. It allows us to do this at the pace that we're doing it. We have a lot of work. Even if we could work double time, there's years and years and years of work ahead of us at the moment. So keep it going.
And in the same vein, we introduced, and I can't remember if we talked about this in great detail, but I'm going to say it again, the Bifrost apprentice plan, which is just $10 a month. So it's our cheapest plan.
Dude.
And it's cool because when we were talking about it, we were like, it should be $10 and people should get like plenty of builds from that. So we do the same number of builds as you get on the Loki plan, so 50 included builds a month, which is like should be way more than enough if you've just got like a side project.
I haven't done that even building the thing out. I don't think I ever hit 50 in a month. So
yeah, so yeah, I mean if that's all that you need, like go for it, sign up today. It's available today.
Can I say a couple things about Bifrost?
Yeah.
So, one, we are exploring some new things with Bifrost in the realm of, look, if you've only got one app, go with the apprentice program. That's what it's kind of there for. It's like dip your toes in, build an app, start making some revenue. We know you're gonna love it. We're gonna continue to add features to make it even better and easier and less friction. We're always looking for the friction points. I think even going to a website to deploy should eventually be a thing of the past. So, like, just to tell you where minds are at, where we're thinking to go, that's kind of the direction. Number one. Number two, on the other end of the spectrum, we're looking at potentially some enterprise plans as well. So, if you're managing a fleet of apps in whatever capacity that might be, that's something that we'll have a like enterprise call us kind of thing on the website. You might not be in that realm now, but you might want to be interested, or you might be interested eventually in that. And those are things that we're already looking at, stretching the capabilities that we currently possess and offer in ways to actually really get at like an organization level, a way to manage a fleet of apps at the same time. So our minds are also thinking large, not just small. So grow with us. The other thing I will say, I've got in beta at the moment, I've got some people testing. And if you are interested in testing, there's only 23 people here, and I'm fine with that. Message me on Discord. I need like maybe 2 more people testing out a new feature that I hope to roll out in the next, while I'm traveling next week. It probably won't be the week after, maybe the week after that. We're calling this managed credentials. So as it stands, when you go to create a new project with iOS or Android, you're presented with a video, a 10-minute video, step by step of what to do in order to get all of the credentials you need for Android or iOS for doing the signing and deploying to the app stores with Bifrost. this is something that we've known that we had the capability to do, and I trudged for 10 hours or 15 hours this week and just kind of worked on it. With you actually had a lot of work in what you did, and so I was able to bring a lot of that along and get it, I think, more or less beefed up. And I think we have to work on the UI just a little bit of how it's presented to people, but you should be able to, or you will be able to, at a team level, add your API keys for iOS or App Store Connect and for Google Play Store. Once you have those in place, you really don't need anything else to create the certificate, to reuse the same certificate for multiple apps, because you can have one certificate for 1,000 apps. Those expired after a year, and so we can auto renew the certificate for you, so you don't have to worry about that. I get emails now, and so I'm testing that. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta like renew our certificates and reapply them to all of our apps. This will handle all of that for you. It'll do the mobile provisioning profile. It'll do the identifier. The only thing it cannot do on iOS right now is actually create the app in App Store Connect and choose that identifier. There are limitations for that, where we are exploring ways to do that so it's automated. But App Store Connect, it'll do the JKS file. It'll create the password. You can reset the password if you want to on the JKS. It'll store all of those credentials extremely securely and just use them. So this is going to be like a one-stop, one-button sort of, yep, go ahead and deploy it. And wiring that up to an API MCP or something in the future is going to be very, very frictionless. And so that's the direction that we want to go ultimately with things. We're always learning and growing and all that good fun stuff, making it better.
That reminds me, there's actually a bunch. I mean, that's awesome, because I did, started on the managed credential stuff a while ago, and it was parked because I didn't get through the JKS stuff, but it feels like now both platforms essentially support that, or we support both platforms for that through Bifrost. That's great. So we should start rolling that out. But I did, at the same time as I was doing some of that, I did things like mono repo support, workflows, so automations.
Yeah.
And so you can like just push to Git, like GitHub, or do releases and trigger builds and that kind of thing. All of this stuff is currently in closed, like behind feature flags. So if anybody wants to play around with it, we'll do it on whatever plan level you're on. So you can be on the apprentice plan and try some of this stuff out. But I can't promise that all of it's going to be on the apprentice plan when it gets released. So
Correct.
Just message us in Discord and we'll get the things added to your account, and then you can play around with that stuff. That would be really helpful. Cool. People are buying the masterclass. Woohoo!
Key Iserjb. Key Iserjb.
Terrible.
Joe. Is that Joe? Kaiser Joe Blob.
Oh, wait, I've got the face and I've got the name, but it's not coming to my brain.
There was something else I did in Bifrost that I'm trying. Oh, dude, can I show something?
Justin, yes, go on.
Let me cue this up real quick. I'm gonna show you guys something I'm really excited about. That is the stupidest, easiest thing that's gonna help everybody in Bifrost if you're having issues. Let me just make sure I've got one. All right, here we go. And I have no idea
what's
gonna happen here. Share. Hi, Face here. Hey, it's me. Check it out. So this is a very like easy, dumb thing, okay? And this is gonna help everybody. It's gonna help me a ton. It's gonna help you too. So anytime people would message me on Discord or wherever, hey, this build fails. I want to pay attention to that very, very closely because this is where we see like the future of the whole company is going to be in Bifrost, and I want to know what's going on. 99.873% of the time, it is user error. And there are some things that we do want to build. Mostly it's like adding too many things inside of your env, or you added some weird thing into your composer config or something like that. But it's kind of hard to figure out what that is. And if you go into like a failed job, you can like download the debug logs. And what I do is I download the debug logs, I copy the logs, I paste it into Claude, and I'm like, what happened? I don't even say what happened. I just paste it, and it's like, this is the problem. And then I go back to the person, I'm like, this is the problem, or I just go fix it. But now you can do this on your own with our tokens. Click diagnose with AI right here, and it's going to send the whole log file over to Claude, and then it's going to come back with a generated response.
Whoa.
So this is using Laravel AI SDK under the hood, and I'm like working on the agent around it, but so far this has been like super, super, super nice. And you can even copy this response as markdown to put it into your app if it's something that you have to fix on your app.
Beautiful.
And then you can just do it, and it will just do it. Please give us 5 stars every time you get a response. We do pay attention to these. We want to know how good this is going. But I think people just didn't even know that it was there. It's only been there for like a week. We didn't make any announcement. I guess this is that. But this is the AI diagnosis. It did like jank up our UI before. Now it's just another tab here. So you can see that. You can copy the markdown, and you can fix your apps mostly on your own, which will free us up more time for us to do other awesome, cool things.
That's lovely.
Yeah, I think this is really cool. There's a lot of things that we can do with this whole application, but this is one that I've been wanting to get to for a while. So there you go.
Okay, that's damn good. Is that turned on for everybody?
Yes, I'm 99% sure I did. So it should be. If not, because I've even like, I've double checked.
Cool.
Would you read one comment for me?
I can.
And then you go and do all of the desktop stuff that you really want to. This is the one.
Hi guys, Vibes recording nearly finished. Fixed lighting and audio looking good. Charts plugin refined and about ready to hand over. Health plugin still under testing, but working well so far. Yeah,
dude, took the words right out of my
good job,
mouth.
Zach.
Thank you so much. We're excited. I keep like thinking about the video, and I'm like, don't bug them. It's coming. It'll be ready when it's ready. And so, it's not that I don't want to.
I think it's fine. Laracon EU videos still aren't out, and that was back in
March.
whenever. Yeah.
So
you're good, man. You're good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Good news. Right. I don't want to keep everybody. I'm not going to go into loads of detail. I'm just here to show you some things. So I'm just gonna. How the heck do I do this now? Hey, there we go. Gosh. Right. So, do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see? Yep.
I don't know if I can make this any better. What I've got going on here, so just to set some context, this is a native desktop Mac app. This is Swift UI. This is not HTML and CSS, and I'll prove that in a second. On this side, you can see a project in Sublime, and that project is the super native demo app. So it's the exact super native demo app, or maybe a little bit behind or in a different branch or whatever, but it's the exact super native demo app that we've been using for mobile to demonstrate all of these things. And you'll see it looks quite familiar from that point of view. And it's finally at a place where I think it's like getting good enough to show people a little bit more behind the curtain. And I'm only going to do a little bit of that, but it's things like the button presses are working and you can hold, I'm holding it down and it gets faster after a few seconds and it gets faster and faster and faster and faster and it goes up just like it does on mobile. That's all running through PHP. You want proof? Let's do time. Some crazy number.
Do number format.
Yeah.
Number underscore format count times pi function. Rounded off to two places.
There you go. Look at that.
That's dope.
Do you see how fast that was?
Function. The pi function.
Yeah,
that was super fast. That was super fast.
And then
did the left sidebar turn yellow or was it already yellow?
No, it did. So that's another thing. This is not a custom. So on mobile, we have the side. I don't know where it is in this. I haven't looked at this in the code. Maybe you can point that out. But the side nav in mobile is a custom thing because that doesn't exist really on iOS, right? I think there is one, a draw like thing in Android, right? Maybe. I don't know. So on Mac, there is a native sidebar, and that's the native sidebar. And on Mac, the native sidebar has a little bit of translucency. So what you're seeing is when the window becomes active, its translucency is changing, and it's actually letting my background bleed through, which is probably, yeah, orange right now. So yeah, you get all of that just for free. There's loads of stuff I've got to wire up here, but just to like skip through, you know, like icons are working. This is benefiting from the fact, I mean, some of them, not all of them. That's not the actual icon. This is benefiting from the fact that there's like shared design language between Mac and iOS. So we've got all of this for iOS. So we've got most of it for Mac as well.
So that on mobile, that shows a bottom sheet when you click it. Is that the equivalent on Mac OS?
I think so. There probably is even like a special bottom sheet on Mac OS that would come up from the bottom, or there's a way to tell this to come up from the bottom. But I haven't got it dismissing on click, so I have to press escape for those ones, which is interesting. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Most of that stuff is work, like all the buttons and things are just.
This is extremely cool.
Look, even the fonts work. So custom fonts, all the colors, all of the Tailwind like stuff is here.
I don't think you tested this because I think if you had, you would have told me. But what happens if you put system dark mode?
Oh.
Even Sublime didn't change.
No, well, I think it might be forced. So there's, we talked about a setting that lets the developer override what they want to happen in the app, and I think that's set on this at the moment, and I need to dig into where that is. I'm moving so fast I haven't like followed through all of the bits yet, but it'll come out.
Yeah, that's cool. No worries.
This is the classic one. This is the one that you love doing, and that you got super excited about, and it's kind of become the benchmark for is this performant? I'm just going to jump to the good one.
I'd say yes.
Yes, it is. Like, there's absolutely no lag at all for me. I don't know if it's translating very well over the stream, but like I'm moving my finger, the slider's moving, the numbers are changing. There's no, it's not like cooking my laptop by doing that, because it's a very simple operation from PHP side. And so it's just updating very, very quickly. I don't even know what my monitor speed is. I guess it's running at 60 hertz, but yeah,
So like
this is not having any problem keeping up with that.
I will tell you, at least with the mobile benchmarks on a Pixel 9. Okay, so the reason why that is what, like, it's like, ooh, a slider, big whoop. All right, that is a native slider that has a value on the native slider. Like there's observability on the value there. We're taking that value, pushing it through PHP, and then rendering a different native element. So that is showing the full round trip. On mobile, with the Pixel 9, it is the it's the forms.blade.php. That's it. Yep. Because there's a bunch of form stuff below it that's commented out if you wanted to look at it, actually. So on a Pixel 9, okay, with benchmark testing, that round trip is 19 microseconds. It's going to be way faster than that. So when he's talking about 60 hertz, that's 60 frames per second. A frame is at 60 frames per second is 16.67 milliseconds. That's 1600 microseconds. And we're at 19 microseconds. So 1600 times no, it's 1600 microseconds. It's 16.67 whatever microseconds. 6767. So we're never going to come close to that. And that was on a Pixel 9, that 19 microseconds. I know he's got way more RAM and battery power and all the stuff to support that in a single process. So the benchmarks on this should be in the nanosecond range. It should be sub microsecond for sure. So you're never going to even come close to, even if you had 1,000 things, even if you had 10,000 things, doing 10,000 sliders, it's actually duplicate it. Do 4 range, dude. This would be cool. Do it. You know what I'm saying, right? 4 range, 1 through. Let's just do 10. Now you want like a single slider. Actually, you just want the output. I think the output. This would just do 1 at a time, though. You can really do that, right?
Which one's the output?
Yeah,
it's just this value, right?
And then the model's going to be different. Ooh. You want a different. I'm not sure if it would do.
Let's just see.
Well, let's see what happens.
This might not be the right file, actually.
No, it is. That is.
No. No, it's not actually. It looks like the right file, but it's Sublime's led me down a garden path. So where is it? Native forms .blade. Should be this one. Ooh. Compiles loops, malformed for each.
For each range, do you have to do for each range as item, whatever it is?
Oh. Nope. Damn, you broke my demo. I'm not going to do this. But I think the point is, it's fully broke. It's okay. It can't salvage itself.
You see how
like
building things fleshes out. Now you want to fix why did that break? There you go.
No, I don't. I just want to.
You should. But if you had air conditioning, you would be thinking properly.
So a lot of this isn't like the same as mobile yet. So like this build steps stuff isn't the same, and this is taking kind of a while at the moment, again, because it's not super optimized. In fact, somebody asked like, what's the app size when it's all built? And currently this one's like 600 meg because it's got all of the vendor directory in, and it's not stripping any of that stuff out. So
lots of work to do to get this even up to where mobile currently is. I think.
Yeah.
Which is why I say we got years of work ahead of us.
But the cool thing is, actually, I want to show something else. I want to show a couple more demos, and I want to show what it's like to just boot the app, because this does build a runnable. Oh dear, it's fully broken.
What did you do?
I don't know, man. What did you do? This is your fault.
Well, it's a view compilation. If that's not there, it must be using a cached view.
Yeah, it must still be. So let's actually go to where this is, somewhere in here. It's
Zach says he
that.
misses hanging out with us. And Vince Mitchell says sorry, and then a party emoji. I don't even know. I don't understand that. Sorry, party. Vince.
Yeah,
Zach.
that's the correct one.
You guys are cool. Larry.
So I think it just didn't build it over the top, which is kind of weird because it has been doing that. So I don't know why suddenly it wouldn't do that.
This is a bit of the man behind the curtain, which we love to see because we're all in our own ways men behind curtains. Ooh, that could be a book.
Or women. Or non-binary people behind curtains.
I do not identify as a woman behind a curtain.
You only identify as a woman when you're not behind a curtain. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Confused you there.
No, I was making sure that's what I wanted to say. Politically right. As correct as I wanted to be. So there.
So you heard it here first, folks.
There you go.
Right, cool, we're back. Hey. So I don't know why we've suddenly got a tab here. So
I was going to say, tab bar. That's got more things on the side than what you had before, I think. Or maybe it was collapsed, the some of those groups.
Yeah, these were definitely. I don't think there's much more here, and there's still, again, a lot that's not here. But let's have a look at some cool ones. I did those menus. These are getting there. So like fully native menus. So just like
dude, that. Why isn't your desktop in liquid glass?
Because I have a shonky old version of macOS which doesn't support liquid glass. Because I couldn't be bothered to upgrade. People were complaining about it, and I was just like, nah.
Everyone needs to see this.
No, it doesn't take 2 seconds. I'll upgrade to Golden Gate or whatever it's called in a bit, but not right now.
You should send me this DMG or whatever it is.
And it's gonna break. And then we're like, no.
Actually, can you just send me that file? Will that work?
No, because it's built for my device.
Oh. Blah.
But yeah, all of the polling is working.
Nice.
The web view. Okay, so normal web view works. This is
PHP, with probably not.
This one doesn't yet, but it's coming.
Yep. Yep.
Some of the new stuff that we got in just recently.
Yeah, that works.
Cool. What else we've got? There is a double tap works.
Yeah. Shake. The shake work. Shake your laptop.
Yeah, dude. I tried and it didn't. No. I was like, I bet we could. I bet there's a sensor in the Mac that will let you figure that out, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
What else?
I was gonna say, you've been building, you say, for desktop, but I have I only use my laptop. So is that gonna work?
Thomas. Yes.
Does that?
Yes. There's some stuff here that needs work, but it's it's kind of getting there.
Dude,
know, like
kind
of
getting
was the
there.
demo.
The fact that it freaking boots a desktop app is insane to me.
And it's so fast. So this was one of the things that I wanted to show you, actually. So I'm going to give up on some of these demos because they're not fully there.
Oh,
but
good idea, dude. Vince says shake the window.
Look, did you see how fast the app opened? I'll do it again. Probably about 300 milliseconds. That's the unscientific chronograph that I've got in my head, but it's pretty quick, dude. Pretty quick. Where were we? Where was that actually? Gestures.
No.
No,
Stupid. You
good
probably
idea,
could.
but
You probably could just like that's your rendering on that component, right? Detect that, because that is a thing people do. They shake their windows for functionality of doing something.
Yeah, that there's definitely like all of the window events that we don't need in mobile because like the window is the screen and it's sort of fixed, like expanding here. These would all be events that would fire through to PHP, and we'd be able to pick that up and make changes to the UI in response to that. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff that's still got to come, and this is just Mac. I was going to say at the beginning, just like not everybody who I've shared this on Twitter and stuff, and people have got excited, but there's been a few people asking questions like, why doesn't this work on Windows? I'm like, it doesn't work anyway. Yeah, it's only on my computer for one. But also I'm building on a Mac, so I'm going to build it for Mac. That's the initial test bed to prove a lot of this stuff out. But we'll get to Windows and Linux because I want this to be like the V3 of desktop, because I think it's come together very quickly. It's gonna be good enough. It's gonna be way better than Electron, honestly.
So
it's already way better.
Some of the things that you've shown or told me, etc., about this, like processors, how many processes were old native PHP apps using, like just out of the box? I know you can add some for backgrounding and that kind of thing, but performance. Let's talk a little bit about the performance. Just not just like the visible speed of things, but
yeah. So this is the app, right? Oh, okay. Don't do that then. This right now it's doing nothing, so it's very idle. I don't think that even I haven't got a good. I need to get some comparisons going. I haven't got a good other Electron app running at the moment that is a good comparison for this. But maybe when they're idle, they wouldn't be doing an awful lot. But this is already a much better start because it's a single process. So there's Electron desktop version. That's the wrong order of those words. Desktop V2 that uses Electron would have like PHP, multiple PHP processes and a node process. And then it's also got Chrome renderers because it's Electron. So you've got multiple Chrome processes, multiple PHP processes, and multiple node processes, all just to service this one app. And they all take up CPU and memory and threads and all sorts of stuff. But this is just one. And it's doing nothing right now. And its memory footprint is very tiny. So I think if I look at, like, I think I've got Slack open, right? So this is a typical kind of Electron app.
Oh, wow.
Slack's pretty hefty, but it's already like baseline, a lot more memory being consumed by default, and then it's other things like that is the Chrome renderer is 0.5 gigabyte of memory, just doing nothing, sat there.
Yep.
So this is a little bit better than that. And okay, it's idle, it's not doing very much, but you can see it's kind of always doing something. And that's true because Slack again is like checking in the background, it's like pulling in messages, it's pinging the server and whatever. But and your apps will likely do that eventually. So I expect this to be somewhat similar, but this whole like we can get rid of all of that. So we will, and we are. That's what we're doing. It's just nice little, and just to say, the other thing was talked about vendor and these things being huge right now. Like you can see, this one says it's massive. Let's just go in and show you.
That's what she said.
Oh. So it has got this 453 meg vendor folder, which we just trim way back when we're doing production builds.
I want to see is it what AWS.
Laravel's pretty big.
Why is
Yeah, so
AWS
it's
bigger than
also, well, it's a dependency somewhere. Yeah, like I wouldn't worry about this, but like this isn't stripping out it doesn't need any of this stuff.
Nope.
You know, it shouldn't have any of this stuff. I just haven't optimized any of
Well,
it
that
yet.
means, and also, why is our thing that big? I gotta look at that.
No, that's because this hasn't stripped out the other Xcode projects.
Oh,
So there's the Android Studio, there's Xcode, there's all of
gotcha.
those things which are
Oh my
big. I mean,
God.
like this one's big. I don't
Well,
know why
delete
this
them.
one's so big, but
Just delete them.
yeah, but that's the point. Is like I'm not going to do it here. We will
Break your
have the
computer,
build.
dude. We all want to see you break your computer.
No, we will have the build process do this. You can see like straight away half of that's going to disappear because native PHP is going to go away. There's some other stuff in here that's like dev dependencies. They will go away. This is going to trim down most of that size. So, okay, now it's saying 600 megabytes of that 648 megabytes is basically stuff that we don't need in here,
I bet you could get this. It's going to be around 100 meg for like a bare Laravel application. And then it's just classes on top of that and whatever
So I
plugins.
think it's going to actually be smaller than that when you ship the app. So what downloads will be probably under 50 meg because it'll be the Laravel app will be zipped up in here.
Right.
Right. So it's going to be tiny, and then it will unpack on the first boot like we do on mobile, so that
or you can we can make Bifrost work in a way that it could be like a Bifrost plugin that just points at where your zip for that Laravel app is and ship even without the zip inside of it. You're sending the shell.
Yep.
It's like that's like regular boot sequence stuff anyway, right? Like most apps are like as soon as they come online, they're checking for an update. Is there an update? Oh, yep, there is. It's checking a server. It's getting the URL for that temporary signed URL, and it's downloading it. And that's.
Do you know what they call that?
What do they call that?
OTA. So it's exactly the same mechanic as we would be using on mobile, and I think we'll do exactly what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, the mobile one, it actually does make sense to ship with the app because you don't necessarily want the user have to go and fetch more immediately just to make the app work. But on desktop, that maybe is a little bit more forgiving.
We lost your video, by the way.
Oh. Is it back?
No. I just double checked on YouTube.
Can you see me in Riverside?
Nope.
Well, maybe it's just you. No.
No, that's what I'm saying. YouTube also shows a frozen
Yeah.
screen.
I see me in YouTube.
What? There's no way. Can you guys see Rick or not?
No, so it's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know then. That's
anyway.
There's no saving it. I'm dead.
We
I'm
broke
frozen.
his computer. All right.
Yeah, that's because I'm running Slack, I think.
So I think some cool things that pop into my mind with desktop. I mean, first of all, there's a ton of work to do here. I didn't mean to hijack it from you because you were in the middle of saying something. I should be more considerate.
I can't remember what I was going to say.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, no, so I'm seeing some of the comments because I haven't been looking at those. So I was just going to say, I want there's two core things that I want to get from this. One is that it's feature parity with desktop v2, which means Mac, Windows, Linux, and all of the existing APIs on the PHP side that we have in desktop v2 work as intended across all of those platforms as they do today. So the idea would be you could upgrade to v3, and basically the only thing that you would have to change if you wanted to go fully native, is your views into native components. And then your application would kind of continue to work. Yes, that would still be a bit of work. You could use the web view still. So your upgrade path from V2 to V3 would be nice and smooth. Yes, what was the other thing? I mean, I think I've kind of coupled the two things in one. So it's you're getting just to be really clear about it, you're getting, as V2 works, when this finally launches as V3 or whatever, you have all of the support that V2 has, and the upgrade path is as easy as possible. That's my goals for this thing.
I think some really exciting things that we'll be able to do is take push notifications or camera or biometrics plugins that we currently have for mobile and add in functionality for desktop in the same plugin. So you could have a camera plugin that on mobile, it takes a picture or opens the gallery, and have the same native functionality on Windows to open up your video camera, to do voice conferencing or whatever it is, like build your own Zoom app or whatever.
Yep.
Nobody does that, dude. Nobody, who does that? Who has like the same code or the same chunk of code, I guess, because it's a plugin, right? That will operate on both, because we're building the whole framework, the whole ecosystem around this sort of functionality. So I think that's number one. That's really exciting. I think it would be really cool to rebuild Slack in Super Native or PHP Storm, right? Like, or what is that one that everyone uses that sucks really bad? VS Code. Because it's like anything that was Electron should be built this way, because it is going to be more performant. Like, we're already seeing right off the bat, it is way less processes, way less memory consumption, CPU, etc. And you've got all the same functionality. It's fully native. You don't have to worry about WebView, all of the overhead with WebView stuff. So I think those things are extremely, extremely exciting. As Dr. Codswallop says, major unlock, guys. Major. This guy was like, he's gone now. E.B. Avers. He's like, everything looks great. Full stop, exclamation point. Lots for me to learn. Got a bill for now, though. He's getting chased by those Avers.
All the ideas, like everybody's popping off. Raycast clone, yes, Kevin. Exactly. You could do all of it. The other thing I was going to say, which I've remembered, is I want it to be on par with where we're at with mobile, because I think mobile is actually a little bit ahead of desktop now in some respects. Like, one of the real pain points, and somebody mentioned this about plugins, is if you want to do custom stuff in Electron right now, you have to kind of know how to do Electron customization, and ship weird things in the way that Electron expects you to. And we don't have affordances for all of that stuff yet on the PHP side. And I'm looking at that, I was looking at that months ago, and I'm like, this just sucks. It sucks so bad. And the problem is that if Electron moves, we have to move our stuff. So it's the same dependency problem again. I just want to own the stack. And look what happens when we do. Everything gets better. Like, there's less dependencies,
way
less code. And then, as Bean Jammy's Goose, which was Ben 6005.
No butchering necessary on that one.
You absolutely can have it as just and I think we should talk about this for a moment. Because the way that I'm building this at the moment is it's a separate package, and you would install it into you would install it into a Laravel app to start with, but you can, and the whole point of this in some respects is you can now install it inside a Laravel app that's also got native PHP for mobile, where V2 of desktop just collides with a bunch of things and makes that impossible today. So you could end up with a single Laravel project that's like your client apps. And you build all the UI and you have like if statements or at desktop, at mobile in your Blade templates that show like this is what's going here, this is what's going there, and it all just renders nicely on every platform, and you just build it from one place. But I think you could actually end up with a single package that does it all, because why not?
Dude. Why not might be like a size thing, actually. So like if you've
Yeah,
got desktop, but
that's
you've
true.
got
That's a good point.
Windows and Linux and Mac, like you could end up, there could be exclusions. We can get smart with some of that stuff, but that might be more work than separating them all out into separate things, right? Maybe. We don't know that. We don't know that yet.
Yeah. I'm not in a rush to do that, because I think there's too many like little bits that need to be sorted out, and there's too many edges, that need to be kind of shaved off before we try and bring them together.
Sure.
But that's the sort of path that I feel, it's potentially worth heading down. But at least for now, it will be a desktop package, and some of that has necessitated like yanking some stuff out of mobile and putting them into a shared something. So there's now a core package. So you would install mobile and it installs core, and if you install desktop, it would require core. So they can both work together, and there's not like a load of duplication or weird
Yeah.
separate paths for things.
Yeah. Might that introduce breaking changes on native PHP?
On mobile?
Yeah.
Nope.
Good.
Yeah.
Dude, this is
So
great.
it's really cool. I'm very happy that it's like coming together so quickly. But the thing that's blowing me away is the performance. Like, it's what I hoped it would be. I didn't think that we would get that on essentially day one. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff to do, but things like one of the things that's really interesting, and I'd love to go into a bit more detail on at some point, is actually I had to change the way that the binaries work. So there is some like under the hood stuff that's coming that fundamentally changes some assumptions that we had about the binaries when we're building them for mobile. So we only ever had to think about things being on, one thing on screen at a time. And
Right.
so we don't ever think about scenes or screens or windows or anything. We just have like, this is what's currently in view. And as soon as I started to do any of that stuff, just using those primitives for desktop, it was like things were colliding and crashing, and it was like you're trying to run a different thing in a different window, but from the same application, and like you can't do that. So I had to introduce ideas of like multiple. It's basically how to manage multiple scenes for the renderer, so it knows like which one it's targeting when something happens and where to render stuff. Because you might have like a menu bar window, you might have multiple tabs. We saw the tab bar that does work, but I couldn't demonstrate it. Or multiple windows, and you need them to be sort of addressable in isolation, and at some point as well working together so that you can effect change across the different parts of the application. But to get that, you basically have to move from one buffer that we had to as many as we can afford to have. And actually, that just is then how many windows do you think an app is going to want to have open? And I don't know the answer to that question, but I've set the buffer to 256, which seems reasonably high. And so they get reused. So if you've got one window open, you're using one buffer. And then if you open a second window, it fires up a second buffer and it starts to use that. If you close that window, that buffer gets collapsed. And then if you open another window, you're still only using 2. So it's like theoretically, you shouldn't ever get to a point where you're using up all of those buffers, but it's like an upper bound to stop you just consuming tons and tons of memory.
So I think so. Something that I'm interested in that is communication between the two or multiple. So a slider on one pane affecting the display of that slider someplace else totally different, right? And the communication, whether that's emitting events constantly, where we think of like emitting events or something that should happen once every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, or like when some action takes. You actually at this you can do thousands per second. So like a slider moving back and forth can actually affect, I mean, can fire off that many events. We can handle that, especially on desktop, I would think, because it's
Well,
you just are
the principle of it is exactly the same as the single loop. So instead of, if I'm moving a slider on this pane, what's happening right now is just going, like it does on mobile, it's just going, this is pushing that event back into the same space. But now there's like named spaces. You don't name them, it just knows about them, and keeps a tally of them. And what it would be able to do, we'll find a neat way to declare like I named this window a given name, right? And I want events from window A to hit window B, or events to broadcast across all open windows, or even better than that in some respects is that there's like some central state management, and when that updates, it just broadcasts to wherever it's being told to listen for that. So then like from the developer's point of view, you will have all of that flexibility. It's just like right now it doesn't do that, but it absolutely can, because it's just, instead of looping back to the same frame, it's saying I explicitly want you to send that event over here, which is the exact same event process, just telling it to point it at a different place. So it's not going to be any worse. I think the only time that would get really bad is if you had like 100 windows and 1,000 listeners to slider values, and you were changing it a lot. Like every one of those 100 windows is updating some. Maybe that even wouldn't be that bad. I'd be very surprised if it's going to be painful, because it's just so fast.
And especially with desktop, it just inherently have so much more memory. You have more processors, more process ability, processors,
capacity.
That's the word. It really sucks I can't see you. I just keep I'm just checking myself out.
I think it's coming through okay for everybody else, because I've been watching the YouTube, and I'm moving on there, so you could watch that.
Oh, hey.
I'd be very behind.
Yeah, cool. I'll know what I had said then. I remember this Dr. Seuss character. It was a bird that always flew backwards because he didn't care where he was going. He just wants to know where he had been. Totally unrelated. There's a caffeine-ism for you. Welcome. So this is all very good. I think this is exciting. And I will tell you guys, desktop is amazing. Mobile's getting more amazing as well. I don't know what to say. Well, I'm going to be gone next week, so we're not going to do a stream. You could do a stream without me next week.
I might try and just build out some stuff on desktop. I think that would be fun to do
on a live stream.
with
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But the week following, I've got a big announcement too.
Oh, you tease. You big fat tease.
So have a good weekend, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.